Hey everybody, there's been a, oh no, pretty big and scary data breach at Uber, and I think it bears some discussion. Before I get started, I want to talk about some generalities. I think a lot of these breaches, and I try to take care to read about all of the big famous ones, are really all the same. And when I was researching for this video, I read a TechCrunch article to the effect of, hold on, let me get the exact title here. How do you stop another Uber attack? And that triggered me a little bit because there's nothing new here. There's nothing that we need to learn. We've seen this before and we know how to do it. We just don't execute. And unfortunately, the cyber criminals know this as well. So before I give some details of the specific incident, I want to talk about what I think are the important generalities that you're going to see again and again if you follow this kind of news. And of course, there's an answer to the question in that TechCrunch article title here. Okay, so one, the weakest point in any computer system is where that computer system touches the dumb human operator. And techniques for exploiting this go under the name of social engineering. It's basically always true there's an element of conning a person with some access into doing something they didn't do that's used to get more access to a computer system, and sometimes a couple iterations back and forth, conning people to con computers to con humans. Second, part of why this works is that the more access you have, the more access you can get. So it's basically always true that a big cyber attack against an even semi-competent defender involves there is some little tiny hole in the armor, and once the attacker was inside to the soft underbelly, they were able to move around, sniff around for more access, and eventually get all the access they wanted. And so a hole in the armor, it's really often true that the person that gets attacked is approximately the biggest and most marginal loser in the organization. And I think it's important here, like, we shouldn't imagine that there's anything wrong with this person. The cocktail is really often that they're stressed out, they're poorly informed, they're going to be unusually responsive to somebody that shows up and looks like they're maybe able to help or cares about them. But then, like, that person actually sometimes has enough access, even though they're the most marginal loser in the organization, to start this process of the bad guys getting in through the front gate and then pulling, letting down the drawbridge for everybody else. So I've been in a big organization, do this training about how to make your password, and it all felt very turgid and stupid, but it's really a detail game, and it's really important that, not just that you do a good job with these things, but you think about, like, everybody, even to the kind of least important body, needs to be doing a good job with these things. And that's really the difference between, I don't want to say good and great because Uber's not coming out of this looking good, but you just got to pay attention to these details. Okay, so let me get into this Uber story and maybe how it embodies these themes I'm talking about. So, a person at Uber, it sounds like they're a contractor, maybe new. Not every detail I wanted I was able to find, by the way. Maybe knew they're having some IT problems. And so they are contacted via WhatsApp by someone who is purporting to be a IT help person that works for Uber. And so already I'm asking, is WhatsApp the normal channel for this? But then once again, usually, like, you play this game of, you find somebody who's desperate for help or attention and is not asking too many questions. It could be it is normal Uber, I have no idea. So step one, as part of this supposed IT help, this attacker provides a link that's, to log into something. It's a fake login. So, and this allows the attacker to harvest this contractor's password. Okay, two-factor auth. Maybe some are using it great. If not, you should be. There was two-factor auth in this case as well. How is it overcome? So now the attacker has this person's password. And that is enough access to go in and carpet bomb this person with pop-ups on their phone all day. And it's very often true when you're playing the social engineering game, you got to get somebody kind of overwhelmed and stressed out. It always seems like people in these stories make inexplicable decisions. And if you've never made an inexplicable decision under pressure, you're a better person than I. And once again, it's like it's just one person in your organization's got to screw up. So this person stressed out, they're getting carpet bombed by notifications all day. This person they're talking to in WhatsApp, who is posing as an internal IT help person, says, "Oh, well, you just got to approve it, and then everything is going to be fine." So after a lot of this going on all day, they said yes, and now the attacker is all the way in. And now it's off to the races because they have that person's access, and that person is somebody that Uber trusted enough to give a lot of access. From here, we get into some maybe more unique to Uber bad mistakes in that there were shared drives and files that had other credentials in them that this attacker was able to find. It sounds like in the end they had about all the access they knew how to ask for. And then get this. So how did everybody find out? The attacker is in the company chat saying, "Hello, I'm a hacker. I'm inside your systems embarrassing you." Claim to be 18, which is not really important, but just, you want to get embarrassed even more. Something really unique to this case, and that I would look out for if you're a big company that's worried about possibly getting sued for something or other, like all big companies are. It came out that a lot of people in this internal Slack at Uber thought this was a joke and just mocked it, and there's all these screenshots got posted of people just like, ha ha ha, you didn't hack that. When it seems it's been a very serious hack, and I think they might even still be figuring out how bad the damage is. So when something like this happens, if we're going to be ruthless, well, why is it bad from a business standpoint? One reason, it can get you sued or in trouble with the regulator. And then when you get sued or you get in trouble with the regulator, they're going to have some questions of, well, were you doing a good job? And this was some kind of superhuman, like alien space military magic hack, or did you just not take this kind of stuff seriously, and was it some idiot 18-year-old doing real standard shit? And Uber in this story is already in a lot of danger, that they're in the latter camp, and that the news breaking with screenshots of employees in internal chat not taking this seriously at all and quite literally poking fun at it is not necessarily an artifact of a lax cybersecurity culture, not necessarily a smoking gun, but I don't want to be in court talking about that happening in my organization if it's my ass, and I doubt you would enjoy that either. So I think this is really just a story about there's nothing new. This is standard stuff. You win at this game by being earnest about doing a good job and paying attention to what often feel like unpleasantly distracting and trivial details, but that's the game, and you can get away with being a riverboat gambler, but you're going to be having a bad time if you ignore the game and then you screw it up. Uber has a CISO from a past breach that's maybe in danger of going to jail related to it. I should probably give you guys an update on that story. I did a video on it a little while ago, but these little things are serious and they pass through the little people, and you got to be careful.